In this video, we'll show you how to add a checklist and questions and polls using the Laulima tool. First, click on your page. And if you recall, there are several ways to add content, such as a checklist, onto a lessons page. You can click the plus icon here next to the Add Content drop-down menu and add the checklist or add the question or polling from there. Or, depending on where you want to place the checklist or content in your lessons page, you can click the plus icons along the right side of the text box here. So for instance, if I wanted to add a checklist on the bottom of the page, I would click the plus button on the very bottom. If I wanted to put the checklist between this resource file and the objectives, I would click the plus button that is located in between the resource file and the objectives. We recommend putting the checklist at the top of the page so that students will be able to see what is expected of them to complete. Click on the plus icon and choose Checklist. Type in the checklist title. I named mine Week 0 Checklist, for instance. You can choose to hide the checklist name from the students. You can add a checklist description such as when you're finished with your assignments, please check them off on this checklist before you proceed to the next week. Now you click the Add New Checklist item and type in the assignments or what they have to do for that week. So for instance, I will have them do a forum, so I will type in Week 0 Forum and the topic, title. I would add a new checklist item. Say I want them to do a Week 0 assignment. I will type that in here. And let's say they have a quiz. I would type in Week 0 quiz. And let's say I want them to respond to 2 classmates' topic in the forums. I would add a new checklist and say reply to at least 2 others' 0 forum post. So you can rearrange your checklist items by just dragging them and then dropping them where you want them. So the reply to at least 2 others' week's 0 forum post is right under the actual forum checklist item. When you're done, scroll down and click Save. As you can see, it moved in between the objectives and the resource link. In another video, we'll show you how to move this checklist to the right of the objectives, so there won't be as much wasted space here. The same goes for polling or questions. If you feel like you want to poll your students, let's say I want to add the poll in between this video and the assignment link, I'm going to click the plus icon in between the assignment and video. So I'm going to click the plus icon and choose Add Question. You can choose between multiple choice or short answer. I'm going to choose multiple choice. And the question text is possible answers. Click the blue button called Add New Answer to add a new answer. Then check mark the correct answer. You can choose multiple correct answers. You can also show students a graph of how others responded after they answered the questions. You can also grade the question, and you can type in the title that will be in the gradebook and the maximum points that they will receive if they get it correct. You can also include the text shown if the answer is correct and if it's incorrect. You can also require the polling so that they will be required to fill that out. Click Save. And now the question or poll appears between the video and the assignments. The great thing about the checklist and the polling is that as an instructor, you can see if your student had indeed checkmarked all they have finished. This is a new feature. If you go to the right here and click the View Week Checklist Progress, this will show you the student's name and what item they checked off. So you can keep track of which students are check marking and following directions. Click back. Same goes for polling. The sky is blue. I click yes, submit answer. So I submitted the answer. If I click this icon, show grading pane, I can see my name and the response that I entered. And I click go back to the previous page. So the checklist and the polling and questions are really neat tools that they added in the new Laulima.